It's so pretty out here, isn't it? The sky. You think about things like that once you're like, whatever. What's worth your time and what's not? Like computer games. If you had, say, 2 months to live, would you spend any of that time playing computer solitaire? On the other hand, you could spend the whole afternoon just watching the ocean. It's weird, huh? You don't think about things like that until you're dying. You think about God and what he could possibly be up to. You know, the only thing I could come up with is maybe God is using me to make this big metaphorical point. 'Cause this disease, the one I have, the body disintegrates, leaving the mind whole, leaving you with a person and nowhere to put it. It's a metaphor, see? God is using me to make this point about the lack of spirituality in a materialistic culture. I mean, that's what it has to be, right? There is no other explanation that turns my body into mush, leaving me intact because I'm not my body. Jeez. Sorry about that. It's not a bad point to make, you know, the lack of spirituality in a materialistic culture. I just can't help wishing God had come up with a better way to make it.
I wish I was a goddess of something cool like skateboarding or volcanoes or something. Maybe then Apollo would like me. Ugh! I hate my life. It sucks that I'm immortal. I wish everybody else would just die, but they can't, cause they're immortal too. Like, I don't even have any cool worshippers. Like, my high priest is this dork named Andrew, which is a lame name if you ask me, and he's all like, oh, Iris, let me worship you. And I'm like, ew, get away. Like, the other night, he tried to sacrifice a sheep just to get my attention, and I'm like, desperate much? I don't even like sheep. So I cursed him with all these words all over his face just to show how pissed off I was and everything. But then he sacrificed another sheep. Then I made him go blind and he walked off a cliff, which is kind of cool. But then my dad was all like, Iris, you're not supposed to kill your high priest. I'm like, Dad, I didn't kill him. I just blinded him and he walked off the cliff on his own. I can't be responsible for that, Dad. But then I felt bad, so I went to Hades. I'm like, Hades, can I please have my high priest back? And Hades was all like, yeah, as long as you give me the souls of a dozen of your worshippers. I'm like, fine, Hades, take them. So now, I have Andrew back, but there's like no worshippers at my temple because there's this moron who's moaning and groaning in pain saying, oh, Iris, the pain, it hurts, I love you, blah, 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 blah. Just for kicks, Hephaestus curses my priest with immortality.